This is today's fly, and it is my take on the hellgrammite or the Dobbie. I make mine with some articulation and a little bit of foam in the body, so the back part's going to float up and down. This is a great smallmouth fly. Around here they banned using any type of bait because these guys were coming in and winning the bass tournaments in the summer by fishing with Dobbies. So here's how we tie it. If you stick with me to the end of the video, there's plenty more fly tying content. I have a bunch of fly tying series on there and also some fly fishing content that I think anybody would enjoy. Thanks for watching. Okay, so this is made in 3 pieces, and I use Shanks that I just make off of old streamer hooks and cut them with a wire cutter. So we'll make the back section. Just going to start my thread. And trim that. I'm going to get a piece of monofilament for the ribbing. Just get that down. Doesn't have to be neat. Some Swiss straw. Get a piece of that. Put that back over there. Again, doesn't have to be neat. So we're going to use some, I've got some thicker foam. I'm going to trim it down a little bit. And we'll just measure this up. Take a little bit more off. What the foam's going to do is it's going to make the back part float up a little bit while the front part is hopefully down on the bottom in the rocks. Just going to zigzag that in. I'm going to run Goose Biots. So we'll probably do 3 in this back section, 3 sets. I'll get a couple of those. Okay, we're just going to get one going that way, the other one in, so it's going that way. I kind of cross them like an X. I'm just going to jump up and get these guys down. We can trim those. Okay. Now I found with this one I run the dubbing as I'm building the fly out because it's a little easier than going back through and dubbing in between the Biots. Get a pinch of dubbing. And we'll go just a hair more. Okay. So we'll come in with 2 more of the Biots. And Pug's having a fit. Okay, so come in with 2 more of the Biots. Biots. Dubbing. And this just kind of builds up as you go along. You just build the back section, and build the middle section, and build the front section. It all joins together and makes kind of a unique fly. Okay, so we got that. Do 1 more set of Biot legs. And I'm going to trim those. A little bit of dubbing on that. And that's enough. So bring the back piece, the Swiss straw, up through. I'm going to catch that in the front. And you just kind of weave the rib up through the segments to hold everything down. I'll catch that in the front. Tie that down. So ordinarily I would glue that down, but since we got so many steps, I'm gonna just take it out and keep going. And the extra hook shank, what I do later is I'll come through with a cutter and cut that. Okay, so here's a second shank. And that gets made just like the first shank. And we gotta take this back section, put it through our mono. I'm using the same stuff for the ribbing as I'm using for joining the segments, because the fish isn't going to be hooked on that, so it doesn't really need to be super strong. So just start your thread, run it back, couple of wraps to get that pinched down, and then just adjust the loop a little bit so you don't have too much. Buzz this up to the front, and I usually stick these down through there's one guy, there's the other guy, and just bind that all in, trim it. I'm going to take a drop of super glue. That'll make that good and strong. So now this segment just goes the same as the other segment, so I'll probably fast forward it or just buzz through it so I don't make this video too long. You get the ribbing in. And the Swiss straw. Keep your fingers out of the super glue and just buzz that all down. And we'll just start making segments. Just trim that. Make a head. Rid of the fuzz, and just whip finish that. And like I said, I would put head cement on them, and you can even put black lacquer on for the head cement. Makes it look even nicer. I'm trying to keep moving. So we're going to set that aside for a second. This is the head part with the hook. Bring the bead back. Buzz some thread on there. We're going to grab 2 of the Biots. These are going to be the antenna. So those are going to go to the front. So I just kind of put them in at the side. About like that. Got one. Got 2. Okay, just whip finish that. got your thread. Skid that up and just start it and go back over your thread you just whip finished. Okay. Piece of mono. So now we do the same thing. We take the section we made and just going to go through the hook eye, and that's going to be the back section. We'll just start that in, and we'll tighten that loop up a little bit, about like that. Buzz this forward. Fold it over and buzz it back. We're almost there. We got the same process. Mono for the rib. Get that back out of the way. And this with straw. And a couple Biots. And we'll dub that body section. A couple more of those Biots in at the head here. And trim those. Pull that up. that. Just bring the rib forward. Trim that. Couple wraps of thread. Grab a little dubbing. And we are almost there. Thin little bit of dubbing. Just to cover everything up. We're going to whip finish. And we're going to super glue that. And that's it. The Dobbie.